I'm sure we all know that we need to have protein in our diet, but there's many different forms of protein, so which one is best? Well, Patrick Zayas is with us today from our Family Nutrition Program. He's a Family Nutrition Program assistant, and thanks for being here. And you've got all different kind of beans and things. And let's start with the protein itself. Why do we need protein?
Well, protein is very beneficial. For kids, as they get older, it's going to help them build strong muscles, that kind of thing. As an adult, it's also very good to repair your muscles, and it's also good to prevent anemia, which is kind of make you feel tired throughout the day, that kind of thing. So it's really good to have in a balanced diet.
But there's different types of protein, right?
Yeah, there is. You can basically get your protein from vegetarian sources as well as animal sources. And what we are trying to do is we're trying to get people to kind of go more towards the vegetarian sources and away from the animal sources for overall better health, that kind of thing. The animal sources tend to have a lot of saturated fat, that kind of thing, while the vegetarian sources are going to have your fiber and a lot of more vitamins that the animals are not going to provide.
And you're talking about a leaner protein.
Yes.
What does that really mean, a leaner protein?
Well, a leaner protein means kind of switching from the beef, the standard, cheeseburger, steak, that kind of thing, to moving over to chicken, poultry, fish especially, where they have the better fats for you, omega-3s, that's going to help your heart feel a lot better, as well as not having saturated fat, which is the true victim here, the true negative here that's going to contribute to heart disease, diabetes, and all the stuff that we do want to avoid.
And there's different type of proteins. We'll get some from vegetables, and we get some from meats or dairy products and things of that nature. We have to have a mix of them, right?
Well, we kind of view protein as a whole, whereas instead of just different sources, we try to have a goal for the day. We've moved away from serving sizes to ounce equivalents is what we do now. 1 ounce equivalent is equal to about a slice of turkey, deli meat, that kind of thing, 1 egg. And what we're realizing is that people in the United States tend to have a lot more protein than they need.
Okay, so we can cut back on it?
We can cut back drastically. For instance, 1 cheeseburger has 3 ounces, and for the whole day you're only supposed to have about 6.
Oh, really? So 2 cheeseburgers and you blew it.
For the whole day.
Okay, we're going to put together a leaner protein bean salad here, so where do we start?
Yes, sir. So you're going to begin by putting the beans, the green beans, the pinto, the red kidney, and the peppers in your bowl right over there.
Okay, and you trust me to do this, right?
I do trust you.
Okay, and put it all in there.
Yep, at the same time, I am mixing just some vegetable oil, a little bit of white distilled vinegar.
Now these are just regular green beans.
Those are just regular green beans. Yeah, you can grow those. We also rinse them to kind of get any of the extra sodium from being in the can out of there.
Good idea. Yeah.
Yep, and then same thing with these 2 beans, and then the mix of peppers.
Okay, what do you want me to put in next?
You can put in the pinto beans.
Okay, so what are we getting from these? Now we're getting protein. Is there as much protein in the green beans as in these pinto beans?
There's not. No, the pinto beans and the kidney beans are going to provide most of the protein of this dish, but the green beans are also going to provide a little bit more fiber. All 3 of them are going to have fiber, but the green beans are going to have a little bit more carbohydrates, fiber, that kind of thing to balance it out.
Yeah, I think the medical profession say we ought to be eating more beans in general.
We should, yeah. Beans are very good for a variety of different reasons, fiber being one of them.
Now, you want me to put this in?
Yep, those are the red kidney beans you're going to add to that.
Okay, and let me do this, and then I'm going to have you tell me what you're putting together there, okay? Is there a quantity of this here?
These are all just 1 can. So it's 1 can, about 15-ounce green beans, 1 can of, same ounces for the other 2. Right over here, I have white distilled vinegar, 6 tablespoons of it, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and now I'm adding just a little salt, pepper, and some sugar to that as well.
Okay, and so you'll stir that all together.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stir that just like this, mix it up nice, and then I'm gonna pour it over your dish there.
Okay, so we don't use this here yet.
Oh, you can go ahead and put that in there.
What's this here now?
That is a mix of 3 different types of peppers, just green, yellow, and red.
Okay,
bell peppers.
Kind of adds the color to it and everything. Now, do peppers add anything?
They're gonna add more carbohydrates to kind of balance it out. As far as protein or anything goes, they're not. They're also going to add the different vitamins that the different colors are going to have. Your red's going to have, vitamin A. Your green are going to be very good for folic acid and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this right into here.
Okay. There we go.
And all you're going to do, Tom, is just kind of mix that up.
Oh, yes. I bet I can make a mess here. Let's see what we got.
Go for it.
There we go. Yeah. Now, all these have been cooked prior to this except the peppers.
Yes, everything was straight from the can, like I said. They've already been cooked. And then you're just gonna mix up. You can kind of modify this the way you want. Me personally, I like to add a little bit more vinegar to it. It's one of my favorite things.
I like
but
vinegar.
you can definitely modify this. You could throw in onions if you wanted to, any sort of garnish.
Onions would be good, yeah.
Yeah, so this is just kind of the basic recipe for it, and then from there you can kind of take it the way you want.
How am I doing?
You're doing very good.
Okay.
And then it's going to be all mixed up, and then you could put it on, some sort of cracker. You could eat it just as that is. anything you want to do with it.
Okay, very good. Well, Patrick, we appreciate this. Now, do you put corn? I just seem like you could put corn or something like that.
You can do whatever you want. This is just kind of a base.
Yeah. Well, one other thing I want to ask you, how about some of the leaner meats like fish or something like that?
Well, fish is going to provide, like I said, a lot of omega-3s, those good fats for your heart. The chicken, they're going to have the same amount of protein, but they're not going to have a lot of fat. And that's what we want to do. And if you're going with chicken, try to have boneless, skinless. That way you reduce the fat that's already going to be in there from cooking.
Patrick, thank you very much for this and help me put together a nice bean salad here, folks. If you want more information, call the Extension Service. Patrick said he has a recipe. He'll be happy to talk to you about leaner protein. Look at that. Isn't that going to be good? I'm going to have some of it. There we go. That's okay. Oh, that's good.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.